It was just about this time last year when Bud Light launched its March Madness advertisement featuring Dylan Mulvaney, a biological male who paraded around in woman face, called for it to be illegal to misgender a person, and went on to win Woman of the Year in Attitude magazine. Well, as you know, it resulted in people boycotting, cutting ties with the company as a whole. And they never really apologized. Instead, they kept digging themselves deeper in the hole. And in some, they are speculated to have lost over $1 billion in sales to date. Well, it seems we might have another company who just made a similar mistake, as Doritos Spain just launched an ad campaign featuring Samantha Hudson, a 24-year-old trans woman. Take a listen.
Ser perfecta no es fácil, pero te acabas acostumbrando.
No soy nada de eso. O sea,
Eres
falta.
perfecta.
No, no soy
Eres
perfecta.
perfecta.
Estoy súper orgullosa de mí, de ser totalmente quien yo soy y no oprimirme por nada del mundo.
¿Te has enfrentado como a más descalificaciones en las redes sociales que en tu día a día?
Sí.
Es que yo creo que
Claro,
la gente
la
en
cara,
persona...
tía. No van a
no
decirte
se atreven
nada.
a hacer nada.
Total.
¿Algún consejito?
Yo el consejito que le voy a dar a todo el mundo siempre y que es el que yo me llevo aplicando siempre es que seas tú misma.
And then videos resurfaced of them advocating for the destruction of the nuclear family.
Yo abogo por aniquilar y destruir por completamente, abolir la familia tradicional nuclear monógama. No es que vaya a darle una paliza a mis padres, ni mucho menos, pero creo que ya está bien de tener un canon estandarizado.
And it got much worse when past tweets emerged, because when translated to English, they talk about spitting in the faces of victims of sexual harassment, insulting victims of rape who seek help through trauma centers, laughing at bullying videos that end in someone's suicide, enjoying doing acts involving 12-year-old girls and their butt, and running his tongue through his little female cousin's genital area. And these tweets give deja vu to Chrissy Teigen's deleted tweets, where she talked about enjoying doing things with, as well as objectifying young kids, and also telling Courtney Stodden to take a dirt nap, and then proceeding to DM Courtney Stodden to kill herself, who was only 16 years old at the time. But anyways, just like with Bud Light, there were calls to boycott Doritos. Now, I don't know what it means to put a 12-year-old girl up there, nor do I want to know, but the point is that this individual has said some vile, horrifying, perverse, disgusting things in the past, and anybody who says these kind of things or thinks these kind of things should never be the face of any sort of public campaign. Now, of course, there would be people who are trying to claim that this boycott was politically motivated, as Yahoo published an article pointing the finger at right-wing protesters, as well as the Rolling Stone, who also claimed right-wing transphobia, claiming it was dark humor. Furthermore, we have The Advocate claiming it is anti-trans and even used the fact that these tweets were from 2015 when Samantha was 16 years old. Now, I totally understand that we say and do dumb things when we're that age, but also there were many tweets of that nature, and at a certain point, it stops becoming dark humor. Also, in 2020, she said that in the middle of the street in Mallorca, in panties and shouting that I'm a nymphomaniac in front of a super nice 8-year-old girl. Which reminds me of a previous episode I did a few months ago about Shane Dawson, when audio had resurfaced of him admitting to Googling CP, justifying pedo behavior, and he claimed that it was all out of dark humor, coping, and people on the internet were also using that as a justification. To which I'll say the same thing, that these aren't just some out-of-pocket, not safe for work jokes. This is clearly a person who wants to destroy the nuclear family and prey on young, impressionable children to indoctrinate them into their ideology. And these news sources are complicit in all of this because they are willing to excuse this sort of depravity so that they can virtue signal and point the finger back at people who have an issue with it. But either way, once these tweets resurfaced, Doritos immediately fired Samantha for this debacle, claiming they were unaware of anything they had said. Which is good and at least better than how Bud Light handled the situation, but how did they not know about those past tweets and how did they not do their due diligence? Because if the shoe were on the other foot and the person they were looking to hire to sponsor had any semblance of possible right-leaning views, they would have sniffed it out immediately. And that has happened before. Think back to last summer when NASCAR driver Noah Gragson was suspended simply for liking a George Floyd meme, which he ended up making a public apology for and could only come back once he completed diversity and inclusion training. Which I understand that sort of under the knee meme is insensitive, but also he was the one who posted it. Nobody at all was calling for any act of violence, and this was simply his type of humor. So why try to cancel him over that? Now, we talk about dark humor. The same way that Shane Dawson and Sam Hudson claim, this truly is dark humor. And it's good that they were able to eventually let him back, but the mere fact that he had to apologize and do this diversity and inclusion training screams it's all about compliance to me. Now, while these cases, the Noah Gragson versus the Doritos, are very much different, I bring it up to illustrate the fact that the same people who were likely cheering on and happy about Noah Gragson's cancellation are the same ones that would be pissed off over this Doritos boycott. Now, the question that is posed is because Doritos had fired Sam Hudson, should the boycott continue? As Tim Pool posed the question on X, should we boycott or not? To which people replied with yes, because they're only sorry they got caught, that it can prevent future companies from trying it, and yes, until the people who voted for Samantha Hudson being a rep are fired. And I think that I'm satisfied to say that yes, I do agree with those sentiments. Not that I'm a vindictive person, but sometimes it takes more than a firing, which seems to be their version of an apology, to actually for them to learn a lesson. Until they get hit where it really hurts, which is their revenue, their bottom line, and their wallets, they're not going to understand that in no way, shape, or form, and under any circumstances, is pedophilia acceptable. And for the people who are claiming transphobia, I don't care that the person is trans. I care about the fact that they say and do predatory behavior towards little kids. Now, clearly, Doritos, or PepsiCo, who owns Doritos, did not learn from the Dylan Mulvaney Bud Light fiasco. And you know what they say? Those who fail to learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel, hopefully I've earned a subscription. Here's some videos for you to watch in the meantime. Until next time, peace out.